Hello, this is Dango1867. Hope you're all feeling alright today because I am tickety boo. Welcome back to the latest episode of my Doncaster Rover Road to the Premiership 97-98 version of Championship Manager. We left it with the result, which was a poor result at home against Exeter, and our form has been very much up and down. So the next game became the big League Cup game. We'd drawn Premiership Coventry City and had a man sent off, young Wyness, sent off after 3 minutes, but we still took the lead. And after that, we held on for as long as we could until Coventry eventually took the lead on the 72nd minute, giving them a massive edge. It was pretty end-to-end, to be fair. Other than sending off, I think we might have actually been able to win this game, surprisingly enough, and Turnbull had a pretty good game. So we're on the back foot going into that second leg. We followed this up with an amazing match at home against the big boys, Brighton, in the division. Terrible start. We ended up at 1 point being 3-1 down, but managed with some late goals, a Wyness double and a Brooker coming from the bench, the ex-Brighton player himself, to actually get an actual win in a game which we should have lost. Brighton was much the better side, but we'll take that 3 points, try to move up that table. This was followed on by another good result, this time away from home, where we played, obviously, Macclesfield. It was a tight first half, but we did eventually get that goal just before half-time. We had lots of other chances to extend it, and as you can see, Matthew Middleton brought it into the side. The young man is starting to do well. We also had our new keeper, who we signed from Manchester City, Margiston, the ex-Man City player, who was available on a free. So we brought him in. We need to do something. We are shipping too many goals. Shipped another one into this, but we've managed to get the win. Daly and Atkinson amongst the goals. After that, we played local rivals Scunthorpe, and as you can see, it was a very good result. Scunthorpe, to be fair, had a lot more chances, probably were the better side, but with 2 late goals from Kavanagh and Brooker again coming from the bench, we managed to eke out a 3-point victory in a game where it was a very big attendance at Bellevue. And to be fair, looking at the player stats, as you can see there, right now, we didn't really do that well. Bryson has stand out for us, but on the chance wise, I feel a bit bad for Scunny, but we got those points. After that, the final game of this episode was the follow-up for the League Cup, and I'm sorry to say, we went out, the 2-1 result at Bellevue went against us, but we battered them. We battered a side from the Premiership with an absolutely stretched, destroyed side with injuries and suspensions, which meant our lineup was missing a lot of the front three, front four even, with Kavanagh, Twist, McKenzie playing. We ended up with a bench with Warren and Gore even playing their first games of the season. The side was pretty much decimated compared to what it could have been, and if it wasn't for an actual poor finishing because the guys that are playing weren't the best players we could use, then to be fair, I think we could have beat Coventry and gone on to the next round, but it wasn't to be. So, a quick roundup now at where we are in the actual league. We've managed to scrape ourselves into the top half of the table. So, after 12 games, it's either we win or we lose, and we do not draw. We are scoring more than we're conceding, but we also probably concede pretty much more goals than most of the sides in the division, bar the bottom 3, which is not good, but we are closing in on those playoffs. League Cup's gone. We've got the version of, what is it now? The windscreen shield to come, so that should be interesting. Some big sides in there, Burnley and Hull. We've managed to bring in Edmondson, who has made his debut. He was part exchange in a deal that saw Simon Allen go out to Huddersfield. We need to shore up the defence. We need an experienced centre-half, because Kernigan, sadly, is one of our injured now, and he's out for a couple of months. So Edmondson, bringing him in to try and shore it up. Hopefully, we can sort out the keeper situation. And now that young Middleton is shoring up the side, we're looking pretty good. So injuries are hurting us at the moment. A lot of the players, even the fringe players, seem to be getting dropped. We've got Wyness just about to hit his suspension, so we'll have a quick look at how everyone is doing. Averages, we'll get in there. There's some good performances for a good portion of the side. Young Daniel George looks a prospect now as well. He's bedded in at the centre half. McDonald doing very well, and obviously the veterans like Kavanagh and Atkinson. We've got some goals across the side so far. We are relying on Wyness. He's a pure finisher. His average rating is absolutely shocking, but the kid finishes, and for that we need to be happy. Atkinson's probably our best player at the moment, and in regards of assist, it's all Kavanagh. Kavanagh is the player who creates our goals. Without him in the side, we look pretty poor. But we're in a strong position. I'm pretty happy with what we've got so far. If we can just try and work out how to shore up that defence a little bit more, try not to lose any more players, because I feel McDonald may be the one that may be tempted to leave before the end of the season. We've got a chance. So I've been Dango. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. There's a lot more to come as we try and get to the Premiership. Drop a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you all later, guys.